皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the Japanese Easy News article of the day for February 5th, 2026. 2026年2月5日の今日の記事でございます。So for our headline today, we have 宇宙から戻ったゆいさん。たくさん仕事をしようと頑張りました。Okay, so here's our vocabulary from the article. We have 宇宙, which is space. 戻る, to return. たくさん, which is a lot or many. A lot of times we'll have a noun or a verb after this to say a lot of something or I do something a lot. たくさん. We have 仕事 and 頑張る, to do one's best or to work hard. Okay, jumping back to our headline, we have 宇宙. So 宇宙 is space. 宇宙から. So from space. 宇宙から戻った. So 戻る to return. And this is in the past tense. So return from space. And all of this is describing Yui-san here. So Yui is last name, san being Mr. or in this case Mr. but it can be Mr., Mrs., Miss, etc. So Mr. Yui, who returned from space. 宇宙から戻ったYui-san. And then we have a quote. So this is what he is saying. たくさん a lot. 仕事 so たくさん仕事 a lot of work. を our object marker. をしよう so する to do a lot of work. And then this is in the volitional form, which is what we use when we're saying like we have volition, we have a desire to do this thing or an intent, right? So たくさん仕事をしよう the intent to do lots of work と頑張りました So 頑張る is to do your best or to strive for something, to work hard. And this is in the past tense. So Yui-san, who returned from space, said, I did my best to do a lot of work. So this to, it's kind of quoting or putting this, all of this stuff that comes before it into like a little box. And it's saying how we did our best here. So Yui-san said he did his best in what kind of a way? With the intent of doing lots of work. So he was always saying, what can I do to do more work to get things done? And that is how he did his best. Okay, here's the rest of our vocabulary from the article. We have 国際宇宙ステーション the International Space Station. 宇宙飛行士 Astronaut. 去年 last year. 実験 experiment. 別 or 別の So 別 means like separate or other. And if we want to attach that to a noun to say like another thing or a separate thing, we'll use that particle no. So 別の thing, other thing, separate thing. 体 is body. 具合 is a condition. So one way you can say someone is sick is that you can say the condition of their body is bad in Japanese. That'll be 体の具合が悪い. And we have 予定, which is a plan. 地球 is Earth. 行動 is action or actions. 経験 is experience. 月 is the moon. 火星 is Mars. 調べる to look into, to research. And 役に立つ So 役に立つ means to be useful or to be of help, to be helpful.
先月、国際宇宙ステーションから戻った由井公也さんが今日オンラインで話をしました。宇宙飛行士の由井さんは去年8月から5ヶ月ぐらいいました。宇宙でいろいろな実験などをしました。これについてできるだけたくさんの仕事をしようと頑張りましたと話しました。由井さんは別の飛行士の体の具合が悪くなって、その飛行士と一緒に予定より早く地球に戻りました。これについて由井さんは、しっかり考えて行動して 安全に戻ることができました。この経験は月や火星を調べるときに役に立つと思いますと話しました。
All right, let's jump right into our article.
先月、国際宇宙ステーションから戻った油井亀美也さんが今日オンラインで話をしました。
Okay, 先月, so this is last month. 先月、国際宇宙ステーションから、so 国際宇宙ステーション, the International Space Station, から from the International Space Station, 戻った, very similar to our headline here, 戻る in the past tense, 戻った, Yui, and then I believe the Furigana on here is incorrect. This is Kimiya-san, it's just someone's name. So Yui Kimiya-san ga, so he's the main doer here with our ga. There's going to be a verb that connects with this ga. So Kimiya Yui, who returned from the space station, International Space Station last month, ga, 5日, so on the 5th day of the month, 5日, オンラインで話をしました. So online comes from online, so online で, that's the location where this happened, or means where it happened. 話をしました. 話 is to have a talk or a lecture or just a discussion, and 話をしました. So did or had a discussion online on the 5th, right?
宇宙飛行士の油井さんは去年8月から5ヶ月ぐらいいました。
Okay, so 宇宙飛行士のゆいさんは、so 宇宙飛行士 is astronaut. のゆいさん, so this の is helping us describe Yui-san as to what kind of person he is. So Yui-san, who is an astronaut. 宇宙飛行士のゆいさんは main topic here. 去年 last year, 去年8月 August of last year. から from August of last year, or starting in August of last year. 5ヶ月ぐらい. So 5ヶ月, 5 months. This is a period of 5 months. If we just have 5月, that would be say March, April, May. But because we have this 5ヶ月, that's a period of 5 months, ぐらい, around, and then いました. So this いる here is to exist, or was in a place, right? So he was on the International Space Station starting in August of last year for around 5 months. 5ヶ月ぐらいいました.
宇宙でいろいろな実験などをしました。
宇宙で so 宇宙 is space, で is our location, saying 宇宙 is our location. So in space, いろいろな so いろいろ is an adjective connected to our noun here, 実験. いろいろな means various, and then this 実験 is experiments, so various experience, など and the like, things like experiments, をしました. So once again, しました する in the past tense. So he did various experiments and the like in space.
これについてできるだけたくさんの仕事をしようと頑張りましたと話しました。
Okay. これについて so これ this, a lot of times これ will refer to a previous sentence we just talked about. So the stuff that he did, これについて, and then について is regarding or about. So about those things that he did. Then we have a quote And the quote is できるだけ. So できるだけ is as much as possible. できる means able to, and then だけ is like just or just an amount. So the amount that I can, できるだけ. たくさんの仕事. So たくさん is many or lots. And たくさんの仕事, lots of work. をしよう. So しよう, this is する in the volitional form. So intent to do lots of work. しようと頑張りました. So 頑張る to put in effort, to work hard, to do your best. So here, in relation to this, and then we have, と話しました. In English, we kind of need that verb first. So he said, I did my best in an attempt to do as much work as possible. So できるだけ as much as possible. たくさんの仕事, a lot of work. This しよう is intent, right? Intended to. And this と is saying how we worked hard. We worked hard in order to, or in this way, right? Do as many jobs as possible. And then this と, this also tells us we're in a quote here. Kind of puts all this stuff in a nice little box for us to then attach the verb 話す to speak or to say. 話しました. So in relation to this, he said, I worked hard to do as many things as possible, or to do lots of work, lots of jobs.
ゆいさんは別の飛行士の体の具合が悪くなって、その飛行士と一緒に予定より早く地球に戻りました。
Yeah, this is a longer one, but ゆいさんは, so ゆいさんは is Mr. Yui, Mr. Kamiya Yui. Wa, our main topic here, probably going to do something. 別の飛行士, so 別の be another. We use this no to attach to another noun. 別の飛行士. So this 飛行士 is just a shortened form of the word 宇宙飛行士, which is our astronaut. So 別の宇宙飛行士 or 別の飛行士の体. So 体 is body, and then の具合. So 具合 is condition. So the condition of another astronaut's body, or basically how their body was, right? が悪くなって. So 具合が悪い, we mentioned this in the vocab, but this just means to be in a bad condition. When you're not feeling well, when you get sick, you can say 具合が悪い. And then this 悪い is, in order to attach it to なる, to become bad or to get bad, we use くなる. And then that なる, to become, is in the te form here. So a lot of times we can take a break in a sentence when there's a te form and break things down in these te forms. So what is some things that are happening in the sentence? So ゆいさんは別の飛行士の体の具合が悪くなって. So this ga tells us that it's the part of this te form here. So it's not Yui-san that's doing this thing. It's this thing right here. So the condition of that other astronaut's body became bad. And that te form says and, or after this. その飛行士と一緒に. So その飛行士, that astronaut, と一緒に would be along with or together with that astronaut. 予定より, so 予定 is plans or planned. And then this より is than. So then planned, you can probably guess what comes after. 早く would be earlier. So earlier than planned, and then we have our verbs here, or our verb, 地球に戻りました. So 地球 is the earth, に we're going to it because we're returning to, and then 戻りました, 戻る to return in the past tense. So Yui-san returned to Earth earlier than planned, along with an astronaut or another astronaut who became sick, or another astronaut became sick, and Yui, Mr. Yui, returned to Earth quicker or earlier than planned, along with that astronaut.
これについてユイさんは、しっかり考えて行動して安全に戻ることができました。
Okay, so once again we have これについて, so in relation to this. So now we are later in the sentence or later in the article. This これ is referring to something we just referred to, right, in the past sentence. So the fact that he came home earlier than planned. So now in relation to coming home earlier than planned, Yui-san wa, so Mr. Yui wa, and then the whole rest of this thing is one large quote, which I am breaking down into multiple sentences because it's in multiple sentences, but we have と話しました at the end here. So said, and this is a single sentence he said here, しっかり. So しっかり is like firmly, strongly, or thoroughly. So しっかり考えて. So 考える is to think or to consider. So しっかり考えて行動して. So 行動する is to act or to put something into action. So しっかり考えて行動して. I thought or it's hard to say. I thought thoroughly about things and acted, right? So he was being very serious, taking his job very seriously. And then 安全に. 安全 is safe. 安全に is safely. And then 戻る, return safely. 安全に戻ることができました. So ことができる, you can attach this onto the dictionary form of a verb to mean to be able to do this. And then we have it in the past tense here. So was able to safely return. So he acted after thinking thoroughly and was able to return safely.
この経験は月や火星を調べるときに役に立つと思いますと話しました。
Okay, now to finish off the rest of his quote here. この経験は, so この経験 be this experience or these experiences. は is our main idea. 月や火星, so 月 is the moon. や 火星. So 火星 is Mars, and we have a ya in between them to say, yeah, the moon, Mars, and other types of things similar. やを調べる. So 調べる to look into, to research. So to do research on the moon, Mars, and other things. 時に. So this 時, what kind of time are we talking about here? The time when we do research on the moon, Mars, etc. 時に役に立つ. Okay, this is not marked here. This should be 役, which is 役に立つ. This phrase here means to be of use or to be useful, right? Or to help, to be helpful. So 役に立つと思います. と思います, I think. And this と is saying, what is it that you think? All of this. Boom, boom, boom. So この経験は月や火星を調べるときに役に立つ. I think this will come in handy or be of help when doing research on the moon or Mars. And when I say this, I mean this experience. So the experiences that he had, hopefully that will be of help when people are doing research on the moon, Mars, etc. So cool. That is it for today's article. 本当にありがとうございました. If this is your first time, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified. I am thinking these will probably not be daily uploads, unfortunately. I'm trying to make them more useful, a little bit higher quality, which means I'm probably going to have to decrease them maybe down to 2 or 3 a week. So thank you so much, and I will plan on seeing you later. またね